Fala galera da Dust2 Brasil, eu sou o Vitor Porto, estou aqui com a Zaaz, jogador agora da Imperial, entrou no time na Enigma Galaxy ainda, substituindo a Vilga. So Zaaz, wanted to ask to you, first of all, how is the feeling coming to Brazil and getting to know the culture, getting to know the project, the GameCraft project, where you guys played with some girls. How is the feeling?
The feeling is actually very amazing. It's always been a dream for me to come to Brazil. And here I am, getting used to everyone, meeting the Imperial crew, getting used to the culture here, to the food, the amazing food here, and the nature. We were in a school outside of Rio. It was amazing. It was a new experience for me, and that's why when I actually realized that I actually want to work with this after I retire, to inspire other youngsters, etc. So it's been great so far.
Yeah, you're talking about being an inspiration for another girls. You for sure already is because you won a lot of trophies, so you are someone a lot of girls want to achieve. But being in person is more, it's like a greater feeling, right?
It is. Like I cannot describe it with words. Like it warms my heart, literally. Like I cannot describe it with words. It's love, you know.
So wanted also to ask to you. I heard you say in an interview about the hungry to win. You already won the hungry to win. You already won a lot of things in your career. You won in Valorant, you won in Counter-Strike, you won now in CS2. Uh, how does you work every day to keep this hungry to win, to achieve more trophies? How is it every day?
For me, individually, I think I was born as a winner. You know, like I just love winning. Like this is who I am. Um, if I wouldn't had this hunger, I wouldn't be playing. CS is more like it's more than the game for me. It's passion, it's love. It's like for me, the hunger is always there. Like I don't know how to explain it. I was just born this way. Like I love winning.
And you had the responsibility to join a team that was winning a lot, and you replaced Vilga, and you replaced it very well. You guys managed to win another trophy. How is this responsibility? How was it to choose to play at the Enigma Galaxy and now Imperial?
First of all, I was never playing for specific the organization Enigma because I joined when they left. But of course, like joining a winning team, it's been like, of course, I had a bit of pressure on me. Since I have a lot of experience, I pretty much know how to control this pressure. It was hard in the start to adapt to the team, of course. It took some time. Like, it's 4 players who already know each other. Me coming in, being a completely to a completely new team, it was hard adapting. But after a few months, I got into the game and I got to know all the girls and adapted pretty well. So yeah, it was good. Like I handled it pretty good.
You have already talked a little about it, but I wanted to ask you to be like kind of deep of how is being like closer to the Brazilian culture, to the Rio de Janeiro culture, to get more in touch with some young generation. How does it affect you in a positive way, in professionally and also as a person?
I mean, for me, I just like I recently joined Imperial, an Brazilian organization. For me, it's like we just started, right? we gonna like we have big plans coming up. We're gonna be more in Brazil, and yeah, basically like try to get more female players into the game and etc. So I mean, it's pretty new, everything. Only time will tell how it goes.
Does you guys intend to play some tournaments here in Brazil?
Yes, we're thinking of that. to try at least to play and see how the competitive scene is here.
Talking about the competitive scene, I wanted to ask to you because you lived a lot of competitive phases in the female tournament, in the female scenario. I want to ask to you how you see the nowadays scenario in the female tournament.
I mean, of course, it changed. Like now, I feel like it's better than it used to be, especially with like organization actually supporting the female teams out there, which like way back they didn't. It was very rare that someone like female teams had actually like organization supporting them. So that changed a lot. With tournaments, we wish to have more tournaments. Of course, we don't have so many tournaments, but I mean, only time can tell. We wish to have more.
You already said about the mixed teams. You would like to see it happening more, and you would like to play in a mixed team. Had you had already the opportunity to join a mixed team? Is in your career is so big, but do you still have this desire?
Of course, but at the same time, I know that it's pretty hard because this scene is very men dominated. I would say it's like 90% men and 10% female. I wish for it to change, but I also think at the same time it's a bit hard because since there is like a men dominated sport, they would rather choose to play with men than girls, you know. But yeah, I don't know what to answer and when it comes to this question. I just hope like things can change with time, but I think it will be hard, but I'm hoping for the best, of course.
So my last question is: you talked about it will be good to have more tournaments for the female scenario, and I want to ask to you, how do you see the new slot distribution for the next ESL Impact? There won't be any qualification tournament for the Asia region. The Europe is going to have 5 slots. How do you see it? Do you think it's fair?
I don't actually think it's that fair, honestly, because I mean there is other like female teams who wants to qualify, right? And I don't think it's so fair because then they have to come to Europe to be able to qualify, for example. The only good thing is that Europe has so many good female teams, and I think it's fair to have more slots in Europe than they used to have. But canceling the qualification in other countries, I don't think it's a good idea. No.